I got a little peace and quiet at. Plus, I know a lot of people were saying that it sounded like surround sounds when I talk down here. They still building the basement. They ain't finished it yet. Appreciate y'all who been on the Patreon. Appreciate y'all who been supporting the merch. I actually got my Wet the Feezy slippers in the mail yesterday. I ain't wore it yet because I'm waiting on the shirt. I'm going to try to put that clip in here because I actually started recording this video upstairs, but I just had to change the location. So I'm going to put that in there and show y'all what it looked like. A lot of people keep asking me about the Cash App. Even when I post it, it's like I don't know if they're not seeing it or whatever. So I just tried something different today. So I put it right here where you can see it on the screen. YouTube is Bill_Feezy. All right, let's jump right into it. Now, I done told y'all about how the games work. Well, I ain't went into super depths, which I will, but I done told y'all pretty much. Y'all know, like, you got the gangs might go to war with each other. You might have the Bloods and the GDs, Bloods and the Muslims, the Crips and the GDs, GDs and Muslims. It go all kind of ways. But there is another part of it, of being locked up, that applies to county jail and prison, that I'm going to put y'all on and tell y'all about, and I'm going to tell y'all about my personal experience in it. Now, you got people all from Georgia that refers to each other as country or city. Now, being locked up, the people from Atlanta, Georgia, feels as if they are the city. Anything like far off, like Savannah, Macon, Dublin, Wrightsville. I'm just throwing some cities out there randomly that I know is hours away from Atlanta, and that, you know, why they consider them to be country. Now, here's the thing. A lot of dudes from Atlanta that's locked up in the Georgia prison, you see, I throw that in there. I'm only speaking for where I done been, what I done experienced. I ain't speaking for nobody, nowhere else in the damn world. So for y'all that be jumping on here, oh, that don't sound, you can't tell me a damn thing about what happens in the Georgia prison if you ain't never been in the Georgia prison. I don't care about what happened nowhere else because I don't know nothing about that. So in the Georgia prison, the dudes from Atlanta be feeling like the dudes from the country areas is slow. They feel like they slow. They feel like they can finesse them. They can jug them, you know what I'm saying? And the dudes from the country areas feel like the dudes from Atlanta think they got all the sense. They think they know every damn thing. They think they better than us because they from the city and we from the country. So it's always conflicts amongst, like, he from the city, he from the country. Now, this actually is like, this is actually a bigger situation than the actual gang banging itself. It's like where you from can damn near put you in the game. And I'm not talking about Blood, Crip, GD. I'm talking about the name of your city. That can become your game. You know what I'm saying? And all right, now here's the even more messed up part about it. Places like Austell, Georgia, Marietta, Georgia, Riverdale, Georgia, Lawrenceville, Georgia, like Gwinnett County, right outside of Atlanta. Like, I can get to Atlanta in 20, 30 minutes from these places, some less. People from the country considers all that Atlanta because it's so close. But people born in Atlanta that went to Atlanta public school would consider those people country still. Even though they 20, 15 minutes away, they'd consider it country. I didn't know it was a big deal. It was a big issue until I went into the county jail. Now, I was in the Cobb County Jail. Now, you had, seeing that it's so close, you know, people dib and dab around that way. So you had several people that was from Atlanta that used to get locked up in the Cobb County Jail. Now, in the Cobb County Jail, you got all kind of different pods, all kind of different floors. But the floor we was on was called I think we was on 4th South. Now, the 4th floor is all violent offenders. I think the 3rd and 4th to be exact, but I know for a fact the 4th because that's where I was at. All violent offenders. If you up here on the 4th floor, you either got an armed robbery, you either got a murder, a kidnapping, a robbery, aggravated assault. You got something violent if you up here on the 4th floor. And we wear different colored jumpsuits. I think we wore, I think they was orange. And the people on the other floors that's not that bad, you know, they might get them blue or whatever color they get them. So, it was like 2 or 3 dudes that ended up coming in the dorm that was actually from Atlanta. They just got locked up in Cobb County. And what I noticed was you got, like, they're going to kind of stick together. Okay, so the people that's from out here in Cobb County, you know, they kind of kick and stick together. They be beefs amongst each other. You know, if you went to a different high school than me, then we might have some issues. But overall, you know, we're going to kind of be, everybody kind of be cool with each other. Now, every time dudes from Atlanta get into it with somebody in the county jail that's from Cobb, first thing they go to saying, oh, y'all country niggas can't with me. I'm from the city. I'm from the city. Y'all niggas. And that be a big uproar because, bro, like, it's like, why does it matter where we at? So a lot of people from Cobb feel like if we country, you niggas country too. We ain't but 15, 20 minutes away from each other. You know what I'm saying? So one day, I'll never forget, it was a blood dude, okay? Dude got to argue. He was from Atlanta. I think he was from the west side. Dude got to arguing with a dude from Cobb County in there. And he made a statement and said, they got to argue like, acting like they was about to hit. So he made a statement and said, from Cobb County, country ass can't beat me in shit. A country nigga can't beat me in shit. So you slowly start seeing people from Cobb County coming out their rooms and stuff, you know, like looking around because, you know, I never understood that mindset because I've always looked at it like this, bro. You got people built like that from everywhere. It don't matter where I'm from. I can't say, oh, I'm from Detroit. If you from Austell, Georgia, you can't beat me up if we hit. What the fuck does where I'm from got to do with how this fight finna turn out? You see what I'm saying? You can't say that. So that's something that they would take pride in. Like, oh, you country, you ain't from the city. You can't count better than me. You can't breathe better than me. You can't fight better than me. Like, you know, it's just like that type of vibe. Now, I'm not from neither one. I'm not even from Georgia. So I used to try to stay out the way, but ended up getting caught up in it before. So, yeah, so they arguing, they going back and forth. So then it turns into like a little standoff where by this point, it was a couple more dudes from Atlanta coming to dorm. So it's probably about 5 or 6 of them. Now, you know, this dorm is in Cobb. This is full of people that lives in Cobb, that were born and raised in Cobb, whatever the case is. But you always gonna have some people that don't care about none of that. That's from Cobb. You could somebody can say everybody from Cobb, and you're gonna have some people from Cobb that's just like, man, I'm not getting caught up. I don't care what he said. I'm just not getting caught up in that. Y'all, you know, y'all want to be crazy and go let that type of stuff, you know, ruff your feathers. It is what it is. So everybody not involved in it, but it's a big majority that is. So now it's like a big standoff type situation where they all going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? They arguing, they going back and forth, all that type of stuff. So it actually died down a little bit. It died down some. They left it alone for a minute. So I'm going to probably say about, now this be going on all the time, every time. And then dudes from Cobb be saying the same thing. They be saying like, oh, dude from Atlanta think they got all the sense. And then they mess around and say something like, dude from Atlanta, they you know what I'm saying? They try to say they funny or they, what else they be saying? They say they funny. Oh yeah. Or they just like ain't nothing, like ain't doing nothing with their life. I remember one time, it was a dude, I'm about to fast forward a little bit, but I'm about to get right back to it. I remember one time, I just don't want to forget. It was an Atlanta dude when I was at Smith State Prison. He was arguing with the officer. He was cussing her out real bad. He was talking about how ugly she is, made her start crying. And she said, I'll never forget, she said, out of every 10 dudes from Atlanta, only one of them gonna ever be something out of life. He was like, what? What you mean? She said, out of every 10 dudes from Atlanta, 6 of them gay, 3 of them gonna be in prison, and there's only one gonna do something with their life. So, you know, that caused a big uproar. Dude even tried to fight the girl. But anyway, back to the story. So, it's 3, 6. Is it 9 or is it 6? It's been so long, I'm gonna just go with 6. I think it's 6 phones on the 4th South Dorm in the Cobb County Jail. I think it's 6 phones. It's like a little pole, and you got 1, 1, 1. And then the other pole over here, 1, 1, 1. It's like you're going in a circle. It ain't like y'all see on them damn movies when the phone on the wall and they go up on the wall and be like this and stand in line. It's some prisons like that, but it's not like that where I'm talking about. It's a pole like damn near in the middle of the floor, and it's like in a circle. You could be in a circle, 3 people here, 3 people there. So, at this particular time, one of the poles didn't work. None of the phones work. And it comes from dudes getting mad at their girl or whoever they on the phone arguing with, and they go to pulling the phone or they go to slamming the phone against the thing. That's where it comes from. And then the phones end up broke. So the police try to teach us a lesson by not breaking them, by procrastinating on fixing them. They got to fix them, but they'll take their precious little time and let it sit for a long, I'm talking about, I know one time we went like 3 months with only 1 pole of phones working. And that's kind of hard when you're in the dorm with 64 people. And it's like 64 people got to work off 3 phones. 6 phones is hard by itself. But 3 phones, that just make it a little harder. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so at this particular time, we only had 3 phones working, 64 people. So what they do when multiple people trying to use the phone, like if I'm over there on the phone, then it'll be a dude, he might come sit. He ain't gonna sit right next to me, but he might sit at the table a couple feet away from me. He might get my attention and be like, let me get next. So instead of me just hanging up and walking away for anybody to get it, when I'm done with my phone call, I hold the phone and be like, hey, bro. And then I just hand it straight to him. So it don't matter who was planning on getting on there. He get it straight when I'm done. All right, so that's what people usually do. Now, I had been seeing the standoffs in the county, but this one I knew it was real. Dude was on the phone, just so happened to be the dude from Atlanta. He arguing with his girl. He's very loud. He's screaming. Now, it's 2 other dudes on the other phones, and you can see how they both keep looking at him like, damn, bro, like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't saying nothing, but they just looking at him like, come on, bro. He just loud, loud, loud for no reason. So somebody had already told him, when you get done, let me jump on it. So he had kind of like brushed them off like he ain't studying it. So he get done using the phone. Now, this is another thing people usually do. When they get off the phone, instead of hanging it back up, they'll just let the phone hang. And that lets other people know I'm not done. I'm coming right back. Or if you're not off the phone, like just say I'm talking to my girl, I'm talking to my mama, and I'm like, oh yeah, the lawyer sent me a letter. Let me go get it and tell you what he said. I just like drop the phone, let it hang, and I run to my room and grab the letter. So when somebody else see the phone hanging, they know that means don't touch it. Somebody folks still on there, or they're getting right back on there. They just had to go do something real quick. So dude walked away and had the phone hanging. Now, the only exception to that rule is you got to come right back, bro. You cannot have the damn phone hanging 10 minutes. Even 5 minutes is too long. When you go do something, you got to go run there and run right back. You need to be back in a matter of seconds. Probably a minute or 2 really is the max, for real, for real. So, man, dude gone, I know every bit about 5-6 minutes. So other people getting off them phones, getting on them phones. Now, it was a pretty good line at this particular time. A lot of people was trying to use the phone. And it was almost close to lockdown time. So everybody trying to call their folks real quick. You only get 15 minutes at a time. So, you know, the fair way to do it, if it's not no line of people waiting, you can ride out however long you want. But if you got people waiting, bro, get your 15 minutes in, get off the phone. Let somebody else use the phone. Then, after they get it in, if we still got time before we lock down, then you go get back on there again. You double back. You do what? So somebody else go get on the phone. They see it's been hanging forever, about 5 minutes. They go get on the phone. Dude come back out. As soon as he come out, he making a scene. He making a big issue. He talking loud. He talking crazy. Now, you know, bro, it ain't nothing more. I don't want to use the word embarrassing. I'm kind of looking for something else. Maybe just frustrating or humiliating in a sense. I'm on the phone with my family. And somebody come out talking loud, talking crazy to me about being on the phone when he was just about to get back on the phone. And I'm on the phone with my folks. You know what I'm saying? Then it could have my folks thinking I'm just getting chunked off of here or something like that. So dude on the phone, dude came out telling bruh, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about nothing you talking about. When you get done with that phone, you about to come on with that, cause I'm about to get on that phone. You know what I'm saying? So while he's arguing with dude, a dude from Cobb County came up and was like, nah, bro, I already called next. I'm getting on there after him. So dude was like, nah, that's over with. I was already on the phone. I'm from the city. Y'all country. Y'all ain't talking about. So dude was like, man, I don't care about none of that. You heard what I said. I'm getting on that phone after that. So dude ended up finishing up his phone call, and he held the phone and called for dude, the other dude from Cobb County that was supposed to get on the phone. So the dude from Atlanta seen him. So he was like, nah, man, I'm not studying none of that. So he walked up to bro and like grabbed the phone. So dude who was on it, he just walked away. He sat there, called his folks. Now the dude who said, I'm getting on there next, I'm looking straight at him. He came out his room. We got on jumpsuits. He came out his room, he was pulling up the jumpsuit, and he was just standing there looking. He leaned on the rail, looking at the dude from Atlanta, and just started shaking his head. Now, I've been in the dorm long enough with bruh to know he's a little shot out, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, he up to something. He up to something fishy. I don't know what it is, but he up to something. So, what's up? All right, anyway, y'all. I'm going to insert the clip in here because my little brother kept trying to interrupt my recording session. He trying to play. He didn't really know what I was doing. He kept trying to play, and he kept playing so much that he made me run upstairs to tell him to shut up. And then he hit me. He got a sneak shot in, and then he took off running outside the house telling me I can't catch him. Now, you know, he 18. He a little tall. He probably an inch taller than me. And he just tried to run around the world thinking I couldn't catch him, telling me he the fastest one in the family. So I had my other little brother record it. I had to go show him that I am your big brother and that I don't give a damn how fast you is. You can't do it with the bill. So back to the story, but I'm going to insert that clip and let y'all see. So I got to prove a point to this young grasshopper because he thinks he can't catch him. So you need to move. Stop texting Big Bertha. Come this way, son. You see what I'm saying? Come this way, son.
I can't.
He think because I got a little, what is you doing?
I'm recording.
He think because I got a little fat and chain gang that he think he damn need for speed or something.
Yes.
No, hey, put it down for the
Got them. Come on, man. Come on, young man. Young whoopty. No mama looking at the camera. What's wrong with these niggas? No mama looking at the camera like these niggas.
Man, back to the story. So the dude that told him, I'm getting on that phone next, he just leaning against the rail, shaking his head like this. So he was watching the time. He waited around maybe about 15 minutes. So he went down there when the time almost was up and told dude, hey, bro, I'm after you, bro. Dude still arguing with his folks. Dude looked at him, piped up. Shawty, man, get out my face, shawty. Unless you trying to fight, get out my face. You gonna get on the phone when I get done with the phone. Get out my face. So, bro didn't move. He stood right there. He wasn't too close up on him, but he wasn't too far back neither. He kept looking back up at the clock, kept looking back up at the clock. So the dude that was on the phone, he hung it up. You know he's hanging up to redial. That means his time ran out. His 15 minutes ran out. So he hangs up the phone, he go to redial. Dude's still standing there. Now he done crossed his arm. Now he go to looking around. And then I go to looking around. And he looking at other people from Cobb County. They locking eyes with each other. So I said, oh, they about to pop. They about to try something. Now keep in mind, I'm cool with a whole lot of these people from Cobb County. This is where I live at. You know what I'm saying? So I pulled up on a couple of them like, hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't that serious for real. They ain't hearing none of that. They're like, man, listen, ain't nobody studying none of that. These dudes from Atlanta be coming over here thinking they running something, thinking they got all the game, thinking they so slick, think they some city slickers or something. Man, dude finna come up off that phone or it's about to be an issue. Dude went over there while dude was on the phone, the dude from Cobb County, and he did like that on the phone, on the little dial thing where you hang up. He hung up dude's call. While dude was talking, arguing with his folks, he hung up dude's call. Now, when he hung up dude's call, I could see other people slowly, like walking in, but real slow, like they ain't really paying no attention. So he hung up dude's call. When he hung up dude's call, the dude that was on the phone, he tried to swing the phone at dude that hung it up. Now, you know, the cord on the phone ain't but that long. So he tried to swing the phone at the dude who hung it up. Dude weaved it and overpowered him and snatched the phone out of his hand. Boop! And hit him in the eye with the phone. Instantly, he fell. It was probably another 5 or 6 dudes in there from Atlanta. 2, 3 of them was out their room. They seen it. They started charging towards the dude that hit him with the phone while screaming out, saying something to the people, the other dudes from Atlanta that wasn't in the dorm. I mean, that was in the dorm, but they wasn't outside their room. They was in their rooms. And they started like, and he went running up on them like, you know what I'm saying, like that. And it just popped, bro. It was a big fight right there and there. Luckily, this was the county jail. Wasn't no ratchets involved. Ain't nobody had no locks to hit nobody with. It wasn't nothing but some good fighting going on, you know what I'm saying? And big fight right there and there. Cobb County, country versus Atlanta. So that's how they put it. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. When I finally got into prison, when you first come through the door, the first thing they ask you is, first they're gonna ask you what you is, because they wanna know what is it that you're affiliated with, what you is, okay? Then the very next question, which is, to be honest, more important than the first question, where you from? Now, based off that answer, you're finna be labeled a country or a city based off that answer. I don't give a damn what city you say. You are about to be labeled a country or a city. So when I came through, and they asked me, bro, where you from? I told the dude, I'm from Detroit. Dude was like, man, we not talking about about Detroit. Where is you from in Georgia? Where did you get locked up at? Where did you hang out at in Georgia? So I told the dude, Cobb County. He was like, Cobb County, what the hell is that? I was like, Marietta. He like, where is that at? I'm like, probably about like 15, 20 minutes from Atlanta. He like, oh, you a city. I'm like, hold on. I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from Detroit. He like, nah, but that's where you was at. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next question. Where is you from? Now, the reason I say this is more important and this can be considered more dangerous because in these situations where it don't matter what you're affiliated with once you get with your group of where you from. Like, it was some dudes one time trying to put a dude on the door. He was a Crip dude. Okay. Now, some dudes was trying to put him on the door, some other Crips. But you had dudes, he was from Savannah, Georgia. You had dudes that was Bloods, that was Crips. You even had a couple GDs and a couple Muslims that ran to his aid and was like, Dirty ain't going nowhere. Dirty ain't going on there though. And they was like ready to go there about him. But it's like, y'all are different gangs, but y'all are from Savannah. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that was trying to put him on the door, they was Crips too, but they was from Atlanta. So instantly, everybody from Savannah felt like they already don't like people from Atlanta. So now you trying it. You really trying, bro. And you from the city. You know what I'm saying? Look at them like that. And then the people from Atlanta like, man, these country, you know what I'm saying? I know these country ain't trying to buck, ain't trying to, man, y'all country. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, bro, how it get like that. So it was this one dude I know, man. I can never forget this dude. He from Marietta. Now, he had so many issues and incidents with people from Atlanta. And I guess he hated being referred to as country or looked down upon by them because he felt like, bro, we right next door. We're really next door neighbors. Like, Marietta is considered Metro Atlanta. Like, bro, I'm right here. So I guess he felt some type of way when there used to be situations and they would look at him like, you know, a country or whatever the case is. So he came up with this acronym one time for Atlanta. ATLANTA. Okay, and what the acronym stood for was all those lame ass think alike. All right. Now, I was real cool with this dude. His name was DJ. I was real cool with DJ. And I hated that was the situation because, you know, I usually kick it out here where DJ from, Cobb County, Marietta area. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the area I'm in, hanging out, kicking it, whatever the case is. So, you know, you got people that's from country areas in Georgia for real that when I tell them I'm from, that I live in Marietta or Cobb County, they gonna automatically say, oh yeah, you from the city. So that's the first thing that's hard. They're gonna say you from the city. And then you got dudes that's actually from the city for real of Atlanta that's gonna look at me and say, bro, where you be at? And I be like, Marietta. He gonna be like, oh, you country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you got the country people feeling like I'm from the city. Then you got the city people feeling like I'm from the country. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a hard thing right there. All right, so the dude DJ came up with this acronym for Atlanta, ATLANTA. And it means all those lame ass think alike. All right. Now, we eating breakfast one morning. A dude that's from Atlanta that I was cool with, I'm talking, man, me and dude was like this. We ended up falling out because he had a lot of ways about himself that I didn't like. Now, we didn't fall out like a big old fallout where somebody ended up getting hit with the ratchet or beat up or nothing. We just, you know, I just fell back from him. Once like, you know, he was doing a little sucker stuff, I just fell back. I said, you know what, but it ain't about where he from. because people do sucker stuff from everywhere. So it has nothing to do with the city he's from on why I fell back from him. I just fell back because he was doing a lot of sucker stuff, had a lot of tendencies about himself that I didn't agree with. So I fell back from him. So one morning we sitting there eating breakfast, and the dude say, yeah, he's sitting like, all right, we at one table. I'm sitting here with everybody from Cobb and Douglas County. All the guys I'm rocking with strong, they from either Cobb or Douglas County. It's a long metal table. Then it's like in rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 2 tables up, it's pretty much everybody from Atlanta. But I used to be real cool with this dude, still kind of cool with some of them that was at the table at that moment. Dude that I was cool with once upon a time, he was like, yeah, see, Bill came in there and stole my spoons out my room yesterday. Think I don't know about it. I'm totally confused. Stole your spoons. I had to move around a little bit because the lightning went out down there and they ain't finished installing the plugs yet. So I had to come back up here. But I'm like, stole your spoons? Folk, what is you talking about? Now, see, here's the thing about the spoons in the county. When you first come in and they give you your 2 jumpsuits, your pillow, your blanket, your sheets, all that, they give you a spoon. That's the only spoon they give you. So, like, what people do, that's their long term, they'll, like other people who come through who get out real quick, they'll just keep their spoon, they'll get their spoon. Or some people who be transferring to different counties, they'll get their spoon. You know, so they have a couple spoons or whatever. But spoons ain't something that the police just randomly giving out. At least when I was there, they wasn't doing that. Like, people was having a hard time. Like, you lose your spoon and ain't nobody else got an extra one, man, you might be opening up the milk carton, the little milk carton, ripping a piece of the top off, using that as a spoon. So people wanted their spoons bad. So I'm like, stole your spoons? So he like, yeah, you think I ain't see you coming out my room with my spoons? You stole my spoons the other day. Now, here's the real story. This is the real story. I was coming up the steps, getting ready to go to my room. One of my homeboys that I was pretty cool with came walking from the bottom range and said, bro, put these in my room for me. Now, when I grabbed them, it was like 3 spoons. I about knew he had some funny business going on. He just stole these from somebody. Or I don't know. But I knew he was doing something he ain't had no business doing. You know, they're my homeboy. I'm 18, 19 years old. It is what it is. So I went up to his room, put him in there. But the fact that he said he seen me go in his room and steal his spoons, that was a lie. So I said, it's either one or 2 things going on here. If you seen that with your own 2 eyes, that means you seen exactly who went in your room and really stole your spoons for real. So either you scared of the dude that you actually watched go in your room and steal your spoons, or you just feel like since me and you were so cool, you know, maybe you're more comfortable saying something to me about it in hopes that I'm going to say, like, you know what I'm saying, do or say something indicating dude or something like that. I don't know what it was. But he said I stole his spoons, and he basically made it clear that I need to replace them spoons. So I said, bro, so you seen me with your own 2 eyes. You seen me go in your room and come out your room with some spoons in my hand. Yes or no? So he said, nah, somebody told him that. So I said, who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? So he wouldn't tell me who told him that. His roommate was not outside the room. Now, his roommate usually always outside the room, bro. His roommate usually, you know what I'm saying, always coming out the room for breakfast. We always usually eat at the table. We just be at different tables. This particular morning, his roommate was not outside the room. So I felt as if I took it upon myself to go check his roommate, because I felt like the roommate is the one that said that. And like I say, is y'all scared? Why you didn't confront dude that actually took it out your room for real? So I get up and I go to walk around, and I'm a partner DJ. He he was standing on the top range. He was eating some cereal. And he said, CB, you about to go check that? So I said, yeah, for sure. So I go in dude's room. He's standing up eating. I say, bro, you told bro I stole some spoons out y'all room? So he said, no, I ain't say that. Such and such said that. But the name that he said is the dude out there sitting right next to bro who said something to me about it. He's sitting directly next to him. But he ain't saying nothing. So I come back out the room. So I say, I walked up on him while he was eating. I said, bro, you told bro you seen me go in y'all room and steal some spoons? So he turned around and looked at me like, what? Huh? I said, you told bro you seen me go in y'all room and steal some spoons. So now he trying to play crazy. He trying to play stupid. So I'm looking back and forth at him. I'm like, this your mans that told you that. I'm right here checking him. He's not acting accordingly. So you need to check your mans. Because clearly he lying to you or he's scared or something. So DJ hollers from the top range. He say, C. Bill, you know they all from Atlanta. You know what Atlanta stand for. You know all them lame ass think alike, right? So, you know, I'm not even trying to get caught up in all that. Because it's like, bro, chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he say. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He say what he say. And, you know, it was a big uproar right then and there. Everybody just got to fighting. When he said that, everybody got to fighting. And that's how I ended up getting caught up in the mix of that crazy stuff. But, yeah, that's really real. Anybody that has been in the Georgia prison system, they can tell you that. And it don't matter where you from. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go based off where was you at in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I know people that's born and raised in Chicago and come to Georgia and were messing around in Savannah and come to prison, and the people from Atlanta look at them like, oh, you country. You know what I'm saying? This man from the shop. This man from Chirac. But in Georgia, he was in Savannah, so they look at him like, man, you country. You country. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. That's just something that is real in there that I just wanted to share with y'all. Now, every single person don't go based off of, you know, some people really loyal to their gang for real. But the reason, and it be so many issues. Before I go, I'm about to tell you another issue on this same subject that just happened at Waycross before I left. I don't know what the situation was, but make a long story short, it was two dudes from Savannah. One dude is a GD, one dude is a blood. The dude that's a blood, he got some issues with some bloods. The bloods is about to do something to him for whatever he did. But the dude from Savannah that's GD, he feel like, man, I know this dude from the streets. I know this dude before we was blood or GD. When I get out of prison, I got to go in the same city where this dude gonna go when he get out. I got to be around his family. I might bump into his mama at the store. We went to the same middle school, elementary school. So there's no way I can let him go out bad and let him get hurt. But that's where the conflict comes in at. You're two different gangs, boy. You GD, he blood. You ain't got no business getting in that. But am I even right to say that, considering he been knowing him since he was 9, 10 years old? Who's to say who's right and who's wrong? So the situation was, the blood was having an issue with some bloods. The GD seen the issue. The blood didn't have a knife. The GD gave a blood a knife through the gate and was like, bro, don't let them do nothing to you, huh, bro? So the bloods seen the GD give the blood the knife. So now the blood's looking at it like, bro, you trying to help him cause harm to one of us. So now they looking at it like, you trying to cause harm to one of us. Next thing you know, it's a super big standoff. I know for a fact it was every bit of about 60 GDs and 50 bloods on the big yard, standing off, face to face, everybody clutching ratchets, everybody. Either ratchets or locks or poles. Some people had poles. waiting on something to jump off and go crazy. I had the ratchet and the bottle of bleach with a hole poked in it. I told you what the bleach do. You know what I'm saying? And situations like that, bro, it's so unfortunate because it's like, okay, y'all doing this homeboy stuff based off where you from, where he from. But it's like now you getting all kind of people involved that's not from now one of them spots that ain't got nothing to do with none of this. But their loyalty to you or to what y'all are affiliate yourself with puts them in harm's way now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy thing in there, bro. My biggest suggestion, bro, for people, just don't put yourself in situations where you got to go to prison, folks. If you watching this video, bro, and you not in that situation just yet, bro, please, please, I'm asking you from the bottom of my soul, little brother, little sister, older brother, older sister, whatever, bro, change your ways, bro. The way you live your life, change it. If you getting your money and it's super illegal and it causes harm on other people, stop, bro. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn how long you've been doing it. I don't care how good the money is. It's not worth your life, bro, in no prison. That's extremely dangerous. A prison that you finna get, you can possibly, I ain't gonna say you finna to because it don't happen to everybody, every single person. Because like I said, you got some people that's just like, man, I don't care about none of that. I don't care where I'm from, where he from. You can say whatever you want to say about people where I'm from. I know I'm personally not like that, so I don't care. And they'll just brush it off. But, bro, it's not worth putting yourself in a possible situation where you're automatically a target for somebody. You could go into prison, affiliated or not, you could be a target. Depending on where you're from, you can be a target. You know what I'm saying? So if you around a bunch of people who got that childish mindset where it's like they on their homeboy thing, you could be put in a dangerous situation for no reason just because you from somewhere different from where he from, bro. So like I say, bro, y'all just please, please, please make better decisions, bro. Make better decisions. Stay out the way. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of drama. But I'm about to end this, but I got the wet the feezy slippers in the mail the other day. What the feezy? Now, the only reason I ain't been rocking them yet because I ordered a black and blue wet the feezy shirt also, and it ain't came yet. So I'm waiting on it to come so I can wear the outfit all together. Now, these is a size 10, and when I put it on, it's like slightly too short. I think I should have ordered an 11. I just ordered a 10 because that's the same size Air Force One I wear. So I guess that's a good way to judge it. Whatever size Air Force One you wear, if you support me and buy my wet the feezy slippers, order you one size bigger than what you wear because these are slightly too big. So I'm going to end up getting me an 11. I'm probably going to get these away to somebody that wears size 10. So, yeah, man, that's it. That's the story about how it goes in there with the country versus the city. It's your boy Bill. Make money, not excuses. Y'all already know, man. Stay out of trouble.